Hi, I'm Brittany Allyn, and welcome to Savor the Flavors. If you've seen my Savor the Flavors travel shows before, you know that something I enjoy doing is visiting a restaurant and discovering a new ingredient or a new dish, and then bringing that inspiration home to my kitchen where I create my own recipes. Now, I love Chinese food, and ever since I was a little girl, there's one dish that I order every time I go to a Chinese restaurant, and I love it so much I just had to figure out how to make it. As it turns out, it's quite simple. Today I'll share with you my recipe for crab Rangoon. Today we're going to begin by making the filling for the crab Rangoon. Here I have 4 ounces of cream cheese that's been softened. To that we're going to add a 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. And also here I've got a 1/4 cup of scallions that I've minced very fine. And a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. And one last thing here before we stir, you want some hot sauce, just about 3 or 4 dashes of your favorite hot sauce. We need a little heat in there. And we're just going to blend all of this together until it's evenly combined and there's no lumps from the cheese. Okay, that's looking nice and smooth and creamy. And here I have some crab meat. I've got 3 ounces, which is about 6 tablespoons. And we're just gonna fold this in nice and gently. Actually for this, I use the claw meat because it's a little less expensive and it sort of gets broken up anyway. So it works perfectly for this. Now I'm gonna keep stirring this, get it all combined, and then show you how to assemble the crab Rangoon. To make the crab Rangoon, you're going to need some wonton wraps, and you can find these in the produce section of your grocery store in the refrigerated area. And I'm just going to take about a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half of the filling and put it in the center of each of the wontons. Now you'll notice I have on my baking sheet here some parchment paper. I put that down so the wontons won't stick. And we're gonna fill each of these. We're gonna work in batches because we can only fry so many at a time. Almost got it here. I just love these. They are so yummy. Okay, then what I do is I've got a little bowl with some water, and just take your finger and sort of trace the outside edge of the wonton with the water. And then you're gonna take the sides and make them meet and sort of pinch them together like that, and then pinch the other 2 sides together in the center, and you get this wonderful little purse filled with that crab filling. Isn't that darling? So simple to make. Now another way to use this recipe, I always like it when I can use a recipe more than one way. If you don't want to take the time to actually make these, sometimes what I do is I take these wontons and then I sort of cut them into strips and then just fry them as chips and take the filling and put it in the oven and bake it, and you sort of have a hot crab dip with the wonton chips for dipping. And it works fabulous that way too. That recipe is included with this one, and they're both available on my website at savortheflavors.tv. Once you get the wontons assembled, we're just going to take them and set them in the basket of our deep fryer, and we'll just gently lower them into the oil. We're going to fry them for about 2 to 3 minutes or until they're golden brown. Remove them to a paper towel lined plate and just salt them lightly. I'm going to finish frying these up and then show you how I like to serve them. When I serve these, I like to include some sauces for dipping. Here I have a duck sauce if you like something sweet, or some hot Chinese mustard. And you can find those in the international aisle of your grocery store. Next time you have friends over, why not do an appetizer night? You could include these, have a few cocktails, Or order Chinese takeout and impress your friends by making these to nosh on while you wait for delivery. Either way, I hope you take time to savor the flavors.